So this will be an addition to the Walking Twat Part 4, but it really doesn't have anything to do with it. Because that part was about how the holiday became better because I realized that, hey, this is land, Norway, it's literally basically Skyrim. This is the part where I basically react to something I learned from a Jim Sterling video. That there are people who would like it if people stopped using medication for things like depression. That we don't value being sad anymore. Now, I'm not on medication for something like depression. Possibly yet. Because, hey, it is possible that I have depression. I'm going to have that checked out. And if that is the case, then there is the possibility that I might get medication for it. Although I'm not terribly inclined to have medication for something mental, but it's a possibility. And I'll probably do some videos on that as well, but that's future stuff. But instead I want to talk about medication that technically isn't actually necessary. Because for some people, medication for being depressed, for instance, isn't necessary. You technically won't die without it. Now it's rather typical that I'm doing this in Norway, because I'm actually using much more medication at the moment than I normally do. So let's go over the 4 types of medication I use at times at the moment, and why taking that away really would not be a good idea. The first would probably be date. I have no idea what the English term is, it might be the English term. It's some chemical that you spray on yourself that it technically isn't actually good for you, but it really makes insects not want to bother with you. Normally I don't bother with stuff like that, but it's great in places where you just have tons of very tiny mosquitoes that will sting you all over the place, so they just leave you the fuck alone. Now, technically this stuff isn't good for you, like I said. Technically, it hurts your body. Of course, you spray it on your skin. The top layer, or just your skin in general, is all about protection. The top layer of your skin is literally dead. It literally isn't alive. It's a dead layer of cells that just have the function of keeping everything dangerous basically out. Of course, some of it will get through your skin, but then again, that's what your liver is for. Your liver has the role of removing dangerous things from your body. I mean, I don't think it's any more dangerous than drinking a glass of alcohol. And if you remove this kind of medication, I mean, it's not really medication, but I guess it would kind of count. Well, I would get stung all over the place, which really does not make somebody happy. And that kind of coincides with the next one, nosespray. That is just a anti-itchy spot thingy. If you were stung by a mosquito, you just rub some of that stuff over the bite mark. I have no idea what it's called in English. But you put some of that on it, and it stops itching. Is that necessary? Technically, no. I mean, some people can, through force of will, not scratch it, and even if you do, well, maybe you'll just make a very tiny wound. But you wouldn't die to it. You also wouldn't sleep. At least, sometimes you wouldn't. Just, if you have an itchy spot, just if it's very itchy anywhere, you won't be able to sleep. And in some spots, it just really fucking hurts. For instance, if you are stung between your fingers, yeah, that fucking hurts. If you are stung between your toes, that's very fucking unpleasant. Just, it in general just, it's really unpleasant. And for instance, when you go to sleep but you can't sleep because it's so fucking itchy, that means that you won't get sleep. Now what do you think is worse? Some very mild medication or not getting a night's sleep? Because I can tell you right now, not getting a night's sleep is... Well, not getting sleep can literally become life-threatening. And just otherwise, even without that, having multiple very, very, very itchy spots makes probably anyone, but especially me, a very unpleasant person. I don't think you want to be near me when I just have itchy spots all over the place and I can't do anything about it. Because 1, I'll be scratching all over myself, and 2, I'll be very fucking annoyed. And then we get to the actual real medication. Which is, I mean, it's still not necessary, but by God will you not like it if you take that away from somebody. The first is just a very general painkiller. Just paracetamol. Now I'm not the type who just takes that any moment. For instance, if my feet hurt, I won't take paracetamol so I can push myself further. If my feet hurt, there is a reason my feet hurt, and I don't want to stop that. If I have a headache because I didn't drink enough, I won't take paracetamol so I don't feel that pain. No, I'll drink something so I won't die. If I have a headache that I can't explain, that I can't find a way to remove, and I just have a very large headache that just lasts for multiple hours, yeah, I'll take some fucking paracetamol so I won't have incredible head pain or something. I mean, you won't die due to pain, I mean, not generally. But being in unnecessary pain, well, it's unnecessary pain, why would you want that? Pain is supposed to warn you or stop you from doing bad things to you. And not drinking enough does count. But if there is not something you should start doing or should stop doing, you are just in pain, well, I don't see a reason why you should keep somebody in unnecessary pain that they can't help. And do you think you want to be in a room with somebody who's in a lot of pain that they can't do anything about? Because I can tell you right now, that is not somebody you want to be near. Because, surprisingly, people in a lot of pain that can't help, that they can't stop feeling in any way, they'll get probably very, very, very cranky in a very short amount of time. It would not be a pleasant experience. And thirdly, the probably biggest, realest medication that I take. At least at times. And it's the one that I don't know the name of. And this is actual real medication. This is something that you need a doctor's prescription for if you want to get it. Luckily, I don't really have to go to the doctor because my mother is a doctor who can write prescriptions like that. So, it's generally easily done that way. But it's basically, you know, that stuff that they give a patient who, for instance, gets a tooth removed? It's basically that stuff, just it shuts down all the nerve. It basically shuts down all the nerves in the area it's placed on. Now, why would I use something as extreme as that? I don't know if this is exactly what it's called in English, but I know them as aphthous. These are basically wounds in your mouth that get... I think it's that they get infected, but they kind of refuse to close. And some people are more likely to get them. I think some of it is genetic. For instance, my mother really often gets them. But for me, I think it's also partly just... I have no idea what it's called when your body is just kind of fucked up. Because my lower jaw is too far back. And... well, my lower jaw is so far back and my teeth are so incredibly crooked that they actually kind of cancel out. Just, my jaw is too far back and the teeth on my lower jaw point so far forward that it actually matches up again. So basically, my jaws are so fucked up that they work. So what is the problem then? Well, because of this, my lip doesn't exactly... I don't think they are constantly supposed to scratch against your teeth. And because of this, if I get a very small wound on one of the spots, basically on my... well, it's not lip, on my... whatever the skin is called that just surrounds your mouth, that my teeth goes over, well, it results in me constantly, basically, scratching that wound open every time. It's really hard for that bit of skin to close. And because of that, there is a lot of time for those wounds to become afthous, which really, really fucking hurt a lot. And then I use that medication to not feel that incredible pain the entire time. Now, that is not necessary. I could just endure that huge amount of pain. The question is, why would I want to? And I think eating is more important than feeling pain. Because, yeah, that hurts so much that it's not uncommon that I literally can't eat. And yeah, I believe that eating is more important than being able to feel pain. That stuff is also really good at making you accidentally bite that skin. I don't know the name. I mean, I know the name in Dutch, but not in English. Or your tongue, because, well, it basically, it makes it so that you can't feel with it anymore, so you can't feel that it's between your teeth, and so when you bite it suddenly, oh, that's my tongue, isn't it? Well, fuck, that's going to hurt now. Which does result, indeed, in you remove pain, which results in you having more pain, but it still beats unable to eat. And that's just very, very mild medication that I take. All of which, yeah, if I didn't take them, wouldn't result directly into my death. But it would result in a really, really, really cranky me much more often. Which would, yeah, it would lead to a shittier life. And my question would be, why would you want somebody to have a shittier life? That's why I'm not against medication. I mean, I am against unnecessary medication, of course. You shouldn't take medication if you don't need it, because that's basically what taking drugs is, and I am very anti-drugs. At least I'm very anti-drugs for basically changing your mental state or really changing your body, but I'm anti-using drugs to enhance your life from what it normally is to better, or at least what is supposed to be normal to better. But I am very pro using drugs to take your life from when it's shittier than normal, so it can become. And yes, that is, of course, once again, a balancing act. What medication is necessary and what medication is unnecessary. Where do you draw the line? If you are weaker than most people, does it become necessary to take drugs so you become about as strong as other people are? In most cases, I would say no. But that's a balancing act, and yeah, once again, it's a case of don't go to either extremes for me. Don't be full-on anti-medication, because that's unhelpful and very easily harmful. But also don't be fully pro-drugs, which is once again harmful. You need to find that happy medium somehow. Which obviously is hard. I mean, the stance of no drugs or all drugs is very simple. Saying yes to everything or no to everything is simple. Finding the right nuance of saying yes to some and no to others, that's a challenge. But I don't think that the easy way is the best way. I think we should find that happy medium. I think we should find the place where we don't over-medicate people. We shouldn't give people medication to be just completely happy all the time despite everything, and yeah, no. But I'm very anti-unnecessary suffering. Don't let people be in pain if that pain doesn't serve a purpose. Don't let people be miserable without that misery having a purpose. Because sure, that misery can have a great purpose. Out of the top of my head I can't, of course, think of something because, well, that would be very useful, but yeah, because it's useful I obviously can't. But yeah, sometimes you should be sad. If somebody dies, I think generally you need that sadness to work through it. But of course you shouldn't become completely utterly miserable, because, well, that also doesn't help you. You need to find that happy medium. Like that philosophy of mine, which is in itself a contradiction. No extreme is ever good. Don't just give drugs away for free to anyone and everyone. But you can't all ban them all. There is a reason why people take drugs. Don't use drugs to make your life amazing, because that won't last and will have very bad implications very soon. Just, if you take drugs to be happy all the time, well, congratulations, you will probably die, you'll get addicted, and it won't lead to happiness. But do use drugs when your life is miserable, when you are miserable in your life, because, well, being miserable doesn't help you. Yeah, this video really has no tone to it, does it? The first bit is, oh look, this holiday is so amazing, because, ooh, Skyrim. And the other part is, do use drugs but don't use drugs, and find the right balance, and the balance is difficult, and basically, welcome to my channel. It makes no goddamn sense. There is no consistency to it at all, really. At least not to the tone. Yeah, this should probably be my channel trailer instead of my anniversary, but hey, what do you want? That's me, I guess. This has been Phoenix, saying farewell.